list today, we have to do a bunch of house stuff. Gotta cut the yard. Have to clean out the bathroom and start building the wall, like the little fur out wall, and start hanging our concrete board and our waterproof jib board, guys. We have to get the bathroom done. We're getting down. We have like 19 days left until we have to kind of be in the house. So we got to get on it and get it done, guys. We roll textured last night and kind of getting everything in. All the rest of the house is complete except for paint and trim, guys, and flooring. But flooring is the last thing to go down. But we also have to do stuff on the red car because we have to get the car ready for Weekfest, guys. So I have to pick up paint for the engine bay. I have to pick up some more stuff for the engine bay. And we have to, what is the last thing? Oh, no, I have to wash this car, guys. The X5 has been dirty for like a solid 6 months. No car wash, no nothing. So we need to get this car clean, at least wash it through the dollar car wash. But we need to get this thing clean, at least today, get like the first giant layer of dirt off, guys. But we're at the house, so let's mow the yard and get that kind of stuff done before it gets too hot outside, guys. So guys, clean you up. You see the yard's mowed, guys, and we are starting to wash the X5 real quick. Nothing special, just enough to get the dirt off. But I did, guys, pick up some Adams polish wheel cleaner, guys. This stuff is actually, dry you off, actually pretty cool, guys. You just spray it on and it literally starts bleeding purple, guys. And gets all the brake dust. Sheesh. Oh, stepped on the hose. So guys, this car always has a ton of brake dust on it. Always. These pads are like cheap pads. I have all new brakes for this thing. I just haven't had time to put them on it. But guys, I'll put a link in the description to this for everybody, so you can go and grab some. But most likely you already know about it, and I'm way late to the party, guys. So we're gonna let this sit for a second and bleed down purple, because I know the whole thing's gonna like bleed like crazy. There's so much brake dust, guys. But just wanted to get the first layer of dirt off this car, since it's my daily. It never gets any love other than just driving it. But we washed this side. Car actually looks like a car, like a good car. Headlights need a good polishing though. But let's get to the wheels and get this thing cleaned up so that we can go run and go get some paint for the M3 Engine Bay, guys. Saturdays are usually the only day I can get over there, and since Marissa's out of town this weekend, it gives me some time to run over there and grab it, so that when we do get to this car, I'll have all of my supplies ready and ready to go, which I'm hoping is going to be this week, but we'll see. But guys, jump back on this and finish washing it. Well guys, she's officially clean. Looks good for once. I'm not too ashamed to drive her now. But she's done. So now guys, we gotta go pick up paint for the red M3, guys. So let's jump over to Tasco and grab us some paint. So guys, as you can see, it's raining. I literally just washed the car. We ran down, we got our paint for the M3. As you can see, we got 2 cans of this stuff. And on our way back, it started pouring down rain. So as always, I wash a car and it rains. So I have Just the way it happens, guys. Always with me. But we're gonna be doing some house stuff. May not film because it's boring house stuff, but once we get the house stuff done, I'll probably jump out to the garage and get some work done on the engine bay, guys. But we probably won't paint today. Well, we won't paint today because the moisture in the air from the rain will now, it ruins painting for today. So hopefully we can paint tomorrow, but we got some prep work. We got to take out the AC out of the M3 anyways. So there's a bunch of stuff we still have to do before we can paint. But let's get to it, guys. Let's get home. Well, guys, we did not get much car stuff done yesterday, but Chris did stop by and I swapped him a few parts for his beautiful carbon fiber, I don't know if you can see that or not, but carbon fiber valve covers and fuel rail cover. He's got a turbo car and he would have to cut all this up to make his make these covers fit his turbo car. So I traded him a few parts and now I have these beautiful things for the M3 as well as our cans for the M3, and we are about to jump out into the garage and we're actually going to get to work on that before the sun gets up and before it gets too hot. So let's jump out there, start working on the M3. So guys, we are on the red M3. So our things to do today that I want to get done is the AC system pulled out of here. So the compressor, the lines, the dryer, the coil up here, and I guess the electric fan on the front. I think the electric fan's gonna have to come out anyways for the intercooler. Well, where I want to run the intercooler, but we'll see when we get there. But guys, the AC system, it's been dead for years. It has nothing. I've already unhooked one of the plugs and one of the hoses. It hasn't had pressure for years. So if you guys are normally doing this and your AC either works or is close to not working, make sure that you evap the system with a evap pump. You don't want to let this stuff into the atmosphere. But this has been dead for years, hasn't had Freon in it for, I'm guessing, a year. Like, I took the hoses off and there's no pressure at all. I checked the pressure before I pulled it off, but yeah, there's no pressure in it, so I was free to unhook all the pipes. So we have a couple of the pipes are loosened up. We need to get them loose from the car down here, but we're gonna pull off the rest of these real quick and pull the AC out of this side of the car, guys. So let's get to it. So guys, I have been wrestling with this stuff. As you can see, the AC pump, the fan, hoses, everything's out except for a few items here. This hose can come out now, but trying to get this bracket off, and I went through this whole thing, took all these bolts off. Well, it turns out there's two more right there on either side. So I have to get those off, but I thought, I haven't worked on this car in a while, guys, but I thought that this had to come out to get this off, but I think this is right now, it's at OT, so it's at top dead center, and this car is dirty as hell. But I just need to take this off. I'm gonna mark it with some whiteout, mark it, and then I'm going to pull it off and get these 2 bolts off so I can get the bracket off so that we can be done. I'm going to degrease this side of the motor. As you can tell, it looks like it's dirty as all hell. So we're almost done. You can see this is all open. The intercooler is going to sit here now. You know, radiator, intercooler. And we may start mocking up the power steering delete that has to go over here with all the lines. Or, I don't know, I might move it up here. I'm not sure. I'm working with Chase Bays to get line locations and that kind of thing. So if I can move it up there, I will. If not, it goes over here. And then intercooler goes here. And we might be able to start mocking up intercooler and piping so we can figure out how all the pipes go so that we can start doing this. But I also got to replace the starter today. So let's get this off so that we can get back to it and get the real stuff done. So guys, the AC is out. Now as you can see, we have a ton of space now, which is actually pretty awesome. So AC is gone. Now it's time for starter, guys. Probably not gonna film the starter stuff. I'm actually kind of hungry. I also need to run to O'Reilly's for some stuff, so probably gonna take a break, wash up, clean up, and run to O'Reilly's, grab some stuff, and come back here and replace the starter. I don't think anybody wants to see me do that because it's no fun. You gotta take the intake manifold off and a bunch of stuff. Most likely I'm gonna route this coolant line back up and around for the coolant tank so there's nothing in the front here, but I'll do that when I take the intake manifold off, guys. So we gotta go get a, is it a T12 Torx 12 for the, almost tripped and fell and killed myself. We gotta go get an T12 Torx bit for the starter so we can take it off, guys. So let's run up to O'Reilly's and grab that. Okay guys, well, as you saw, we removed all the AC stuff and everything from the front. So you can see there's literally nothing left. It's a giant open space, some wires and stuff. But AC's removed, and I was trying to find the Torx bit, not bit, but Torx boxed in wrench so I could take the starter off, but nobody in town has it, so I cannot take the starter off today. But when we do pull the intake manifold off and get the I'm probably blinding you guys with the light, and we do get the intake manifold off, we are going to reroute this coolant hose back on the back side and down and under, so it no longer comes across the front. It'll just go up and over to the back and down and in, and it'll be super clean, so there's nothing up front anymore except for this little bit of wire, which will go to the headlight and the turn signal. But we are going to clean up all this. This is all unneeded stuff from the AC, so we'll clean up a lot of that stuff and get a lot of stuff cleaned up and behind. As you can see, we have our holes all cleaned up. We've cleaned up the rail here all the way down because we're going to repaint a lot of that. And same over here. Over here we have some bumps and dings, and this actually was pounded in at one point for the supercharger, the old one, but we don't need that anymore because the old supercharger used to sit way out here. The new one sits like way up here, so we'll get inside the wheel well and pound those up. And as you can see, we have our NERP Tech braces ready to go in and ready to be welded. All we have to do is grind down all of our metal on the strut tire so we know exactly where those are going, and then we'll tack weld those in and fill these holes and get the strut tires, oh god, ready for paint. So hot in this garage. But we're also going to clean up this. I'm not sure if I'm going to repaint this or not. If I have enough paint, I might pull the whole front end stuff off and repaint all of that. I have 2 cans. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough or not. But we'll see. But right now, I'm going to finish cleaning up some of the bay. Clean up some more stuff. I may take the intake manifold off and prepare for the starter. I'm also going to check some grounds. Someone said that the grounds, if the motor isn't grounded right, the starter won't start or won't, you know, act like it's been doing now. But if we're going to go all that way, we're going to replace the starter so we never have to worry about it again. But let's jump in and get some more work done. Since I'm taking a break from the house, guys, I rewired the whole entire bathroom to be on its own circuit, so that took me almost all day. So I'm going to put a little bit of work right now on the M3, guys, so let's get to it. So guys, we got the NERP Tech strut braces tacked in. We need to remove the fenders and we need to finish welding those into the unibody, but those are tacked in. Those 2 little tiny holes are filled in. The rest of the holes that you see need little pieces of metal cut to fill the hole so that we can weld everything in. They're too big to try to weld the hole shut. The other ones were really small, so it made it easy. But guys, that is it for this video. I know it's not very long. Nah, I think it's like under 10 minutes or whatever, guys. But we did get to do a little work on the M3, as you saw. And we have a lot more work to do before we're ready to paint, ready to put in the supercharger. I think before we actually paint and finish all the stuff, I'm gonna pull the bracket out and the supercharger itself, mock it up so that we can make sure that we have everything before we paint the bay and we end up having to do some modifications or something. So we'll do that probably next video, guys. But we're getting there, doing some work. Weekfest 2018 is coming up, guys, and she needs to be done. You know, we might next video mock up the intercooler and figure out where and how I'm gonna mount the intercooler and the oil cooler. But you know, all in due time, guys. But I want to get all the fabrication done before we paint the bay, so we're gonna do all the stuff. So when we paint the bay, it's paint the bay, put everything in, and we're done. So guys, thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment, guys. Go to the website, links in the description, guys. Pick up a sticker. I know I have not come out with any new stickers lately, but once the house is done, once the car's, you know, getting there, I promise, guys, I will make new stickers, and they're gonna be fire. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.